Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
A new flavor energy drink for you.
Oh, is it Gorilla Mind? Monster? Red Bull? Oh, maybe a new ghost flavor.
No, sir. It's a new company. Sir, a new energy drink for you.
Oh, and who is it from?
A new company on the market.
Good day, sir.
But I heard good things about
I said good day! Hello, everyone. CaffeineMan here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, because in today's video I am going to tell you why I only review the energy drinks that I do. And I cannot keep doing that. That's a little too much. Can't breathe. Whew. Video will take far too long, that slow of a voice. And hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And the purpose of today's video is to give people more insight and a better understanding of why I review the companies that I do. And although I typically don't make videos based on negative feedback, as it encourages people to be more negative, I felt it was necessary to address the topic so that people can have a clearer understanding of why these decisions are made. And I feel like it's something that my audience might be interested in general. So in order to give you a better understanding of my choices, I'm briefly going to start off telling you the beginnings of my channel, a little bit about how YouTube works, all as a setup for a much larger conversation as to why I am an energy drink snob by only drinking energy drinks of specific companies. And be sure to stay tuned for the whole video where I go over the exact reason why I reject energy drinks from companies. It may surprise you. Let's get started. When I started my channel, I didn't want to be Energy Drink Man. I wanted to be Caffeine Man, so I had planned on going over topics such as coffee, tea, caffeinated products such as food and candy that contains caffeine, energy drinks, as well as educational videos on caffeine safety. As with every person that starts a YouTube channel, sometimes things don't go as planned, and we can either hit our heads against a wall and make the videos we want to make and wonder why they don't get views, or we can decide to take a look at the plethora of analytics that YouTube provides for you to help you have a successful channel and modify what works and doesn't work. People did not like tea videos on my channel, and as much as I continued to try and make people like tea, it was not happening. A similar issue happened with coffee. People didn't really want to hear about my coffee topics, although I still do the occasional big company coffee review. It's not something you're going to see very often. People do seem to love the energy drink reviews, which I absolutely love because I love energy drinks. But people seem to be interested in the caffeinated products and definitely interested in the caffeine safety videos. And that is a good overview of what I try to accomplish on my channel. So overall, how do you know what is successful and what to keep going with on your channel, and what do you chop out? The answer is actually very, very simple. It's a simple concept to understand. And even though there are millions of analytics, it is based on one thing, and that is views. If a video gets lots of views, it's what your audience wants. If certain videos consistently get lower views, then you aren't giving people what they want. Makes sense, right? Now, in continuing with views versus what I wanted to review, early on in my channel, I started to get smaller, independent, new energy drink companies offering to send me drinks in exchange for an honest review. This was very exciting to me because I was going to be able to review new drinks that are coming to the market that you guys might not even know about. So I was going to be exposing you guys to new drinks that could potentially become your new favorite energy drink that you didn't even know existed. And at the same time, I get to try all these new drinks that I never tried before. I thought that this was gonna be huge for my channel, giving me a leg up on all the other energy drink reviewers. Then, over the course of a 6-month period, I noticed that my channel wasn't really doing that well. All the momentum that I had going really slowed down, and in doing more research as to what was going on using the amazing analytics that YouTube has, I realized that I consistently got less views on the no-name independent energy drink companies. As much as I thought my audience would love to find out about these new companies, I was wrong. So over the years, I have continued to keep an eye on my subscriber count and views, and oddly enough, even though I have been getting more subscribers, there wasn't much of a difference between 15,000 subscribers and 50,000 subscribers in the amount of views that I get. If I do a big company name that you all know, we'll usually get about 2,000 to 3,000 views within the first 24 hours, and that is the time period where where you're gonna be getting your most views, and then other views will trickle in after. With the other videos that I can do, I typically get about 1,000 views on the regular energy drinks that you know, as well as my caffeinated products, with residual views over time. Those are the videos that I will continue to do because they're right on the cusp of making the videos worthwhile. But if I can't even get 1,000 views within the first week, not even the first 24 hours, but within the first week of releasing the video, it's just a waste of time. And literally, it is a waste of time. As you guys know, I don't buy these drinks at the store and just sit in my car and review them. I have a studio setup. I have improved video and audio, and I also researched the company, giving you a lot more detailed information, as well as a detailed taste test with a whole ranking system. And whereas most energy drink reviewers will give you a 3 to 5 minute quick rundown of the drink and taste test, a majority of my videos are 8 to 12 minutes, and if I'm doing a full line review, they can go up to 20 to 30 minutes. I can spend hours on these videos, but I can't spend hours on videos that aren't going to perform. At some point, I needed to start saying no to the new independent companies. And no word of a lie, I have had hundreds and probably close to a little over 1,000 of these new companies contact me to review their drinks that I had to say no to. And I felt bad about it. I wanted to try new drinks. I wanted to give the company exposure because they're a new company. I wanted to add to my collection of 1,019 energy drinks to get the Guinness World Record, because I should be closer to 2,000 if I said yes to these companies. But it is not just about me. It's what my viewers want to see. I would have to say that about 85 to 90% of the companies that I said no to were very understanding, and it could be because I didn't just say no thank you. I kind of CaffeineMan'd it. And what's that mean? You know, my videos are longer. Well, I didn't just say no. I actually sent them a couple of paragraphs explaining why I don't actually review smaller companies. Most of them were happy to hear the explanation and understood, but it's that other 10% that were really kind of annoying and downright mean. I mean, I already felt bad about saying no, but then to try and make me feel worse about it and even bully me into trying to review their company, or just straight up calling me bad words, that I got to a point where I felt like sometimes I didn't even feel like I needed to respond to the companies, using a very common marketing tactic of no comment means no thank you. And even though it's extremely common, it's a semi-annoying tactic, and I really don't like to be that kind of a person, but it avoids the hassle of getting a lot of negative feedback. And not only was it some companies being nasty to me, but I would sometimes get comments and DMs from long-time subscribers that I never heard of before. I know who my audience is, saying that I was a sellout and all I cared about was views. How could you not support the military? How much of a hypocrite you are for only reviewing the big companies, forgetting about the little man. Don't you remember where you came from? And so much more. And I couldn't believe that some of these companies could be so unprofessional. But the truth is, most of these places weren't companies. They weren't companies? What do you mean, CaffeineMan? Well, they weren't real energy drink companies. They may have applied for some trademark or even a registered trademark with the name of a company that they made up, but they weren't a real energy drink company. They were just a third party, or what is most commonly known as a private label company. In order to explain what that was, I actually did a full video that you can feel free to check out that I did about private label companies. It goes over all the details as to what it is. It's a great video that's very educational and will hopefully protect you from buying mediocre energy drinks. But to summarize what is in that longer video, in case you don't want to watch it, basically anyone, that's right, anyone, even you, can start your own energy drink company. And yes, I like to use air quotes. What's wrong with that? But all they really do is buy a generic energy drink from a manufacturer that produces a mass amount of energy drinks. And it's not just energy drinks. You can actually do this with any product. Hand sanitizer, peanuts, towels, anything. And those are so random that I am giving you the most obscure things you can do it with. But pretty much any item out there, there's a third party for that will just produce a generic product, put your logo on it, and all you have to do is market your company that they're making the product for. Now, these generic mass production companies will have some flavor options that you can choose from, and then it is up to you and your company to market this generic energy drink by whatever marketing scams you can think of on an online website website run by Shopify. We made this drink to be the best energy drink out there. You deserve quality ingredients. We're tired of all the sugary energy drinks out there. We're different. No, you're not. There are thousands of energy drink companies that don't use sugar in their drinks. You're not special. But sometimes these scams work. These drinks do sound interesting. And sometimes the person behind a generic energy drink company is just a really good marketing person to get you to buy it. Unfortunately, once you do buy this drink and you taste it and you're like, oh, this is pretty good, or oh, this isn't that great, or oh, this is kind of generic, you'll realize that there are a lot of better options out there and then not buy anymore, which is why so many of these new energy drinks come and go, never to be seen again. So all the people that were mean to me and trying to demean me, calling me a sellout, well, they were most likely just regular Joe Schmoes that expected me to advertise their generic product for them for free, and I'm not going to be peddling generic energy drinks for you guys. Not only did I not want to review a generic mass-produced energy drink, but I also want to make videos that my audience want to see. But do I have any examples of what some of these companies are? I definitely have a bunch of them in that other video, but there are companies like Boston America Company, but all they do is buy licensing to put on these generic energy drinks. So people are like, ooh, Bob Ross energy drink, I gotta try that. What? The Simpsons have a Duff energy drink? Oh my goodness, look at that one. That's Dragon Ball Z. All those drinks are made by the Boston America Company, and they are all very generic energy drinks that use popular licensing to get you to buy them. So they've made a whole entire business out of it. Other generic energy drinks are actually made for big time stores. Aldi, they have their own energy drink called Red Thunder, which is a generic ripoff of Red Bull, but they also have Gridlock, which is their generic version of Monster. Dollar General got rid of a lot of their Venom and Rip It energy drinks because they were low-cost energy drinks, and replaced it with an energy drink called Intense because they wanted to get in on the energy drink market, and they can't have these other great cheap energy drinks when they're trying to peddle their own cheap generic energy drink. But even some of the bigger companies out there tried to get into it. 7-Eleven had several of them. They had Quake, they had Triton, which I actually liked, they had Fusion, which is gone because it was horrible. But these are all generic energy drinks that everyone's trying to get in on, especially if they already have a brick and mortar store that they can sell them in. There have actually been smaller energy drink companies that actually worked with a flavor house to develop their own drinks and try to make a true business out of it. And one of those companies was actually Blake Star. They made a ton of great flavors, so much so that I was actually briefly sponsored by them because I actually really believed in their product. But because they were a no-name company, because you couldn't get them in your regular stores, nobody watched the videos. And no matter how many videos I made, I kept making video after video. Rather than just review all 10 of them, I started doing individual videos. I tried to make so many videos to get the company exposure, to let you guys know that this is a really great energy drink, and maybe if we all bought it, they could get into stores. But nobody cared, didn't even watch the videos to even listen to me or give it a shot. And for those of you who did watch the videos, my core audience, you actually ended up, a lot of you bought them and actually liked Blake Star as a company, saying that they can actually be competitive with the other big names out there because they were really great drinks. But guess what? They are out of business, even with CaffeineMan promoting them. Yes, I may have a very successful energy drink channel, but in the grand scheme of YouTube, I really don't have that much influence to make a company successful. And this brings us full circle from generic energy drinks to private labels to people actually starting smaller independent companies making real energy drinks, back to the main point of this video. Why do I not review new energy drink companies? Why do I not give these small companies exposure? Why am I an energy drink snob who only promotes the big companies? And to all of you who say, CaffeineMan, he's just all about the views, I say to them, yes, I am all about the views. And all the trolls can clip that if they want and post it on Reddit. CaffeineMan admits he's all about the views. And I really don't care, because there are two ways that you can take that. The one way that they mean it is that I'm all about the views because I'm all about the money. Well, the joke is on you because you don't know anything about YouTube, but I am here to help educate you. YouTube income is based on CPM, and that is clicks per milli, meaning you will get paid a certain amount of money for every 1,000 views. For a channel my size, it could range anywhere from $3 to $12 or more if you are a big influencer. The advertisers will pay more to be on your channel. But there are even different categories that make more money, such as technology channels and cameras, and things that have higher price tags, they will pay more for. Someone like me, I average about $6 per 1,000 views. As already mentioned, when I review something like Ghost or Monster or any other big huge name, I'll get about 2,000 to 3,000 views, which is about $12 to $18 for the hours of work that I put into that video. If I do a video that only gets 1,000 views, well then I'm going to make about $6 on a video that I spent numerous hours on. Really not a big difference between $6, $12, and $18 per video. Definitely not enough to make a full-time job out of it, and definitely not enough to say no to a small company because I'm greedy over an extra $6. And I only do about 2 to 3 videos a week, so I'm not making money doing this. So now I am at the core of this channel. I am at the point where I told you guys to listen to the end, because yes, I am admitting that I am all about the views. And I freely admit this, and it's definitely not because of the money. And all the trolls out there will try and make it sound like I'm about the money because they're just ignorant, don't get it, and basically just trolls, of course. But there is just one simple thing to understand. I am all about the views because I want to give you, the viewer, the content that you want to see. I have 50,000 subscribers that want to know about Ghost, Monster, Red Bull, and several other big name companies because they can actually buy those in the store. They don't have to buy a case of them online and worry that they're just gonna be generic or okay. They want to be able to walk into a store, grab it, try it, and then if they like it, maybe buy a case. But they want the convenience of it, because if these other drink companies can't get into stores, how good can they be? And that's just the mentality. It's not a fact. It's a fact that there are plenty of other energy drinks out there that are amazing that just can't get into stores. But when it comes to no-name energy drinks, nobody cares. Or more specifically, a majority of my audience doesn't care. If you're in the minority and do care about these no-name energy drinks, then maybe my channel isn't gonna be right for you, because I look at what the majority of my viewers want, and I want to provide my audience with the videos that they want to see. So I don't review tea. I don't review coffee. I don't review powders because I don't have a powder audience, and lots of other reasons. And I do not review no-name, small, independent companies. And if that makes me an energy drink snob in your mind, so be it. A majority of my audience wants an energy drink snob, and that's not just opinion. That is fact. The math is there. The numbers don't lie, and I will always be true to my audience, trying to give them the videos that they want to see. If you want to see my video on the private label energy drink companies, you can definitely check out that video there. A lot of great information in it. And if you want to know about the best energy drinks, I'm not talking top 10, top 20 playlists. I'm talking the best energy drinks. You can check out that video right there. Thank you so much for joining me, the Energy Drink Snob. And until next time, have yourselves a great day or night.